everyone, like people of color, people,
I think
so. Yeah.
I've seen everyone.
Yeah, and they have Philippine people.
Yeah.
I've seen everything.
Female.
Yeah, and I guess we can talk about like
if they need you, they need you.
Yeah. Okay. See, that's something good to say.
Oh, okay, I get it now.
And do you talk to other people, like other lab technologists?
It's difficult. We work usually one person per shift, and technically you're not really supposed to ask people about work stuff outside of work.
Wait, so it's you by yourself in the lab?
Yeah, I mean, you might have like a 2-hour, what do you call that? Like a
Overlap.
You might have like an hour, 2 hours. And I think I'm the only one because I work the evening shift.
Yeah.
So when I come in, like the morning shift is still there for like an hour or two.
Yeah.
And then when I leave, like I do like an hour of the night shift. That's it. But usually, like most of the time, you're by yourself.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
But this is not everywhere.
It's not everywhere. Most places there's several. But say for instance, if this has happened, if I was having trouble or I wanted to confirm something, when Dianna walks in, I ask her, run this and tell me, what do you get?
Okay.
So you can, but like, you're not supposed to call the person.
You're not supposed to call or text.
But most places you would never do that. Most because there's several. Ours is an exception.
Yeah, because you don't want to bother people outside of work.
I mean, people can bother me as much as they. I mean, I don't know if legally I'm supposed to. People supposed to. You can bother me as much as they want. I don't mind.
Personally, I feel bad like texting my coworkers about work stuff. You know, I'm like, it's their day off. So
but it could be.
Ours is an exception. Most of the time, you will never text someone outside of work. But like if we have to reach our manager,
because usually you have at least one other coworker.
Or the lead tech comes in. There's usually one other person.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Leah O'Brien said, "What is your opinion on the new DCLS programs?"
I don't know what DCLS is.
She said the program focuses on consultation as well as lab management. I'm assuming they become lab directors.
Oh.
What are the qualifications of lab directors at the hospital? Company you work at?
That would be like maybe your lab manager. Or lab
I
don't know. I'm not even interested, honestly.
I don't know.
You would have to receive phone calls at whatever hour come out. I'm like, I'm done for the day. I mean, like I said, like I won't get mad at you, but like, I don't have to pick up. Like they have to pick up.
Yeah, the managers.
They have. Yeah, it doesn't matter what hour, day, Mother's Day, you're celebrating your kid's birthday party or something. It's I don't know if I should say it to me. It's not worth it.
I want to say that it depends because, it depends on the hospital too. Not every hospital you're on call as a director, but I feel it depends. Like if you like the paperwork side, then
that's another thing. And like I guess like back to the other part, you might not. I've heard like some people be directors, or, high up, and they don't feel as intellectually challenged, and they miss that.
Yeah.
Like they miss, kind of doing like that work, and and then they're just like, I just do paperwork all day, and
that's true.
So but I don't know as much as the licensing.
Okay, so you do know what the DCLS thing is?
I have no idea.
You never know.
I never heard that. I guess we're not interested in being managers. If we would probably go.
What about she said, what is your opinion of MCLS? Typically online programs, does it typically lead to a pay increase? Do you know about that? MCLS?
No. Pay increase, I might look into it.
I know that there's no programs, but it depends, like what do you call it? Like known for. Okay, let's say, even if it's online programs, you still have to go and do your rotations somewhere.
Yeah, that's the only problem with online. You still have to find your own rotation.
Yes. Okay, and then let's say, you do that online school, whatever, and then let's say a bunch of people go to the hospital, and honestly, like, they're not that great.
Yeah.
Then they'll know it's like you're blacklisted, like, oh, we're not going to hire people from this school because
that has a bad reputation.
So they won't even look at your resume when you graduate because the school, like, usually the techs, they don't, so it depends, like.
So you should try and stay away from online programs?
Unless it's becoming like a specialized blood, like what do you call it? The special blood bank? What do you call it?
I don't know.
A specialized blood bank or a specialized something. Sometimes I think it's okay, but most of them I would avoid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, nothing beats like hands-on experience, especially for something like lab.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that online.
It depends, like the reputation and
Yeah.
the school
Yeah, and
has.
say for instance, as a supervisor, if you want to become a supervisor, you don't need to be in a class. You know the supervisor.
Oh, yeah.
license? So like it depends.
Yeah.
Okay. And she said, how are job applicants with a BS in CLS? What is CLS?
I think it's clinical laboratory science.
Yeah.
So she's saying a bachelor's degree, I guess,
CLS.
clinical laboratory
Okay.
science.
So what's the difference between CLS and what you guys
It's
do?
the same.
It's the same?
Yeah.
So lab technologists and CLS are the same?
Yeah, it's clinical lab scientists, or
Okay.
Yeah.
and then there's medical.
But that
Lab
also
technologist.
includes technician
Yeah.
and technologist. So I think CLS is both. Technologist
Yeah.
and technician.
Oh, so it's like the whole field?
Yeah,
Yes,
Technologist
yes.
and- okay, all right. So how are job applicants with a BS in CLS versus a post-bac in CLS viewed?
No different.
It's the same?
No different. Yeah.
As long as they only care about you having your bachelor's degree, and they don't
Yeah,
care.
your bachelor's degree and a license.
Yeah. Oh, and also we haven't mentioned this. We have to have a Department of Florida state license. So
You
you
have
have
to
to
have
have
a
state
state
license
license,
wherever. You have to
Okay.
pass that state license thing, and then we have to do kind of like nursing,
Mhm.
the CUs, and keep up
Yeah,
with that.
the
and
continuing
certain-
education, yes.
You have to do that as well.
So is it like a monthly thing or a yearly
No.
thing?
Yearly or every other
It's
year.
every other year. It's not that bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, is it typical? Because I know with EMT, you have to have a certain number of hours every 2 years.
Same thing.
So it's like
Yeah.
the same
Yeah,
thing?
credits you
Yeah,
take online.
and the license, and
Okay.
then you have to take the test too, right?
Yeah.
By a licensing agency or accrediting.
Yeah, when you graduate.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, so let's see. More questions.
Are you gonna finish this?
Yes!
That
So
was
this
Where's
was a
the
watermelon.
yeah, that was the worst one.
She's enjoying it. She's like,
No, I don't-
oh, this is so good. You don't like that one?
Terrible. It tastes
I don't like
like
the watermelon.
rotten watermelon.
Yeah, I don't like that one. That's one thing. I like the other two though.
I just like the pineapple.
The pineapple.
I think the hibiscus is my favorite. Okay, so on the video that I did with Gina, there's a few comments. Okay, so one person said, would you advise a person to become MLT first or go into CLS?
Is that medical lab technician?
Yeah.
Just give me medical lab technologists. That's what you want. Medical lab technologists. Technicians, they're slowly not using them. Depending on the state, I don't think I've never ran into a technician here. They used to a long time ago.
Yeah, I did in the hospital. I used to work there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Were they older?
For
Or
the
a
technicians,
yeah.
no, young.
Young? Okay. I
But they
don't know.
also, well, okay. In answer to that question, CLS, if you're okay, I do recommend like what we both did, like the phlebotomy / specimen receiver. That I think, because then you can see if that's what you really like, because you work so closely and you learn a lot,
Yeah.
and you know a lot about what's going. You like know the whole like view of everything. So I do recommend that.
Okay. I mean, you guys did say CLS is like a combination of MLT and technician and technologist.
I'm not
right?
100% sure what CLS. I'm really bad with abbreviations.
I think it's both.
Okay, if it's
Yeah.
both,
Okay.
just become a medical lab technologist.
Yeah.
And the difference is the complexity of what tests you can do. So if you're
Okay.
a technologist, you can do highly complex. If
Okay.
you're a technician, you can't.
So, like, what's an example of a test a technologist
It's
can
so stupid.
do versus a technician?
I don't know. I've never been a technician, but I know theirs are more simple. Like we can do more.
I know they can't
Okay.
work by themselves in the lab,
And they can't work by themselves.
and they get paid less.
Yeah. And you're doing almost the same amount of
Yeah.
stuff. So just become a technologist.
So it's kind of like going to school to be an LPN versus a nurse. Like,
Kind
you might as well
yeah.
just become a
You
nurse.
might as well be yes, exactly.
Okay. And I wanted to ask you, like, what are some tests that you guys do in the lab? Like, what are the most common tests? Like, what do you test for?
Type and screen.
Blood bank is just type and screen.
Yeah.
So what's that?
Your blood type and your antibodies.
Oh, type and screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
type and screen. So
Type
it's your blood
and,
type,
okay.
and then it's the screen that we talked about earlier in the video.
Okay.
And then if you're pregnant, they might just want the blood type because if you're pregnant, you're Rh negative, and then your baby's Rh positive. There could be a bad reaction, and you could bleed out at birth.
Yeah.
So they give you this thing called Rogam, which is a shot which it's like kind of like tricks your body into saying. I think it tricks your body into like if you had the.
It's like
It keeps you from developing the antibody.
Or something like that. And then there won't be like, cause a lot of women like, back in the day they would like bleed out because of that.
Wow.
So it's dangerous.
You would miscarry because your antibodies will attack your child.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then they just do the ABRH about the screen.
Okay.
Or sometimes they'll just do both just in case. You know, if you bleed during pregnancy, you need blood or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's the DAT. So.
What is that one?
Oh my gosh, we're getting into DAT. Just a test, but the most common is
Don't brush it away. What is the DAT?
A DAT is direct antiglobulin test.
What do you use that for?
It's like
I gotta pull out my textbook.
I think it's to see if there's reactions going like within your own body. Like remember the positive one I had the other day in UI?
Yes.
Yeah.
So a DAT will test to see if there's anything attacking your red blood cells.
Okay.
Okay, so what's the craziest thing that you guys seen in the lab?
I've seen a delayed transfusion reaction where the patient had a reaction to the blood, but didn't show symptoms until like 2 days later. And it was pretty neat. It was because she had like this really rare antibody that almost no one has and was like hard to this almost never happens though. It was like it's difficult to detect. And she got a transfusion and she got like a reaction.
So, like, did you guys have to do something in that case, or was it just on the doctor?
We had to. The patient was transferred from another hospital, so we had to do a workup though, transfusion reaction workup, and have the symptoms, and then we also sent it to a reference lab, and then they took it from there.
So was that like scary for you, or?
It was scary because we thought that we missed it.
Yeah.
That's
so
true.
you're like checking your PCP.
That's true.
We thought we missed it because we did the screen and her screen was negative.
Yeah.
But her antibody was so rare that it's not even detected in the screen.
Wow.
This almost never happens though. People get scared. Yeah, usually we should, but it was that rare.
Usually,
wow.
Yeah. But we thought that we did it because we gave her some blood too. Yeah.
Okay, what about you, Gina?
Okay, so my story isn't that good, but it was my reaction. I feel like I almost fainted when a blood exploded. It didn't explode, but like we sent them in these pneumatic tube stations, and someone just snuck it up on me. I think it was a doctor who brought it back. I don't know how he got it, but then they just showed it to me without preparing me, and I was just like, and it was like leaking. It looked like a horror story or horror movie.
So it exploded in the tube system?
Yeah, but it's normal. It's not normal, but it happens.
Okay, I've never seen that happen. That's crazy.
Yeah, not all the time, but it does happen. But when I didn't expect, someone who works with blood all the time to like react like that. So.
But you don't like patient care, so you wouldn't
I don't like patient care.
blood.
But then it was just like I know, like I could never see like a gunshot victim. Like seeing that, I was just like, oh no.
Wow. Okay, so someone else. People always like make comments about like diversity and ageism. So like, do you guys see a lot of ageism, and do you see diversity in the field?
Ageism, like racism,
like kind of like if you're older, like do people discriminate against you if you're older in this field?
No, I don't think so. I think it's fair game for everybody. So the only thing with ageism, I would say like sometimes older people are a little bit more stubborn or stuck in their ways, and you have to understand every hospital even though we're all doing the same thing, they have their own like rules, policies, and procedures that you have to adapt to. So as long as you're adaptable.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. It's just as long as you are able to learn the information and do the job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What about diversity? Do you guys see a lot of diversity in the
I
field?
do. I see male, female, different races. Yeah.
Okay.
Everything. Yeah.
Okay. So, because I know some people, they feel like they can't do something because they don't see other people that look like them doing it.
No.
But, I mean, from what you guys say, you know,
I mean,
there's
the
a lot of
main thing is
opportunities.
just to know the language.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you know
that's
English and you can communicate.
Yeah.
You have to,
That's a good one.
whenever, even though we're in the lab and no one really sees us, whenever there's like a critical value, like let's say your hemoglobin's way too low or whatever, you need to call the nurse and report that that result. And it's a critical value, you know, or something like your protein's too high, too low, something where it's dangerous, you have to call.
So do you ever talk to the doctor, or is it just the nurse?
Yeah, sometimes they'll call, they'll ask us questions, they don't know, and yeah, nurses, doctors, whoever, they'll have to talk because it's just different. We just all have to try to understand each other. But it's just they don't know, even though like they're doctors, they don't know everything, and neither do nurses because they don't study, you know.
Yeah.
We do, and vice versa as well. So,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that's it for the questions. We answered everything. So if you sent me a question, I answered it. So what would you guys say is your favorite shot that we had today? Kombucha shot.
Oh, pineapple.
Pineapple.
I like that one.
Pineapple.
I like the hibiscus.
Pineapple is the only one that close. I'm so tired. Tastes like juice.
Tastes the closest to juice.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't do the watermelon, whatever you do.
Yeah, I don't like
Watermelon
the
is the worst. Watermelon was the worst.
That was really bad.
I think it's because it's not strong enough to cover.
Yeah, so
That-
it tastes like rotten watermelon.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like we were supposed to do regular juice shots because I'm trying to promote like health and vitality and all that good stuff. That's why I wanted to do shots, like healthcare shots. And kombucha is very good for your gut, so that's why I did that one instead. I was too lazy to juice the carrots
So you
and
had
celery
to
and all
try
that.
the.
Yeah, so I'm like, let's do kombucha. But anyways, thanks for your questions. And as you can see, they have the Lab Rat t-shirt. If you guys want your own, make sure that you click the link below. And if you want a customized t-shirt for my sister, she did this one. You can reach out to her on Instagram or on her website. And I want to thank you guys for doing this video.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and dealing with the baby too.
Oh, of course. He's so cute. Look at him. Say bye, Leo.
Bye.
Bye.
He's like,
He's like, look at him again. He's like, what's
so
going on?
confused.
Bye.
Bye.